Okay.
Because I have children right here, you can't access.
Okay.
Thank you.
Understood. All right, folks, this is Coventry. We have a major incident here. Coventry, Rhode Island. I'm going to zoom in. See, that car went in. This is a daycare. Kids were playing right over there. And there's the vehicle. We're going to set up. They've taken a bunch of the children to the children's hospital. Okay. So again, right now, 5:27, and you can see this is a massive scene. A bunch of children taken to Hasbro Children's Hospital. This is Coventry, and that vehicle went crashing into that daycare. We're not sure exactly how it happened. Hey, Leanna. Oh. Not sure who that old guy is. So I just want to show you the scene. So the entire street is blocked off. There's Coventry Police down here. So, and you can see where the little children were playing in that car. Went right, thank you, Susie, right through the fence. Folks, traffic was brutal getting over here. You can see the whole area. So they're evaluating children, but they did have, I'm going to get an update, at least I think 6 children at least in rescues to Hasbro Children's Hospital. We're going to move around a little bit. Again, we're live right now. If anybody on Facebook, you know someone in Coventry, you want to make sure there's a major story that is developed here. And kind of what you would think is like worst nightmare. Picture just as this happened. So it struck the fence. May not have gone to the building. Building inspector come to the scene. So 1 adult, 2 children were evaluated. Five children were transported to Hasbro Children's Hospital and 1 to Kent Hospital. You can hear they even have a helicopter overhead. So I'm working to get more details here. They actually have 2 helicopters overhead. Guy keeps wandering into the scene. All right, I want to show you. So we have 2 helicopters overhead. This is Coventry, and just a short time ago, children were playing at this daycare center, and then this car went crashing through the fence where those kids were coming down the slide. And then also playing right there. So you can see this is a massive scene. outpouring of first responders here at Coventry. You can see some kids being taken away by rescue to the Children's Hospital. Okay. This is Tioga. Tioga right at Selena's Ice Cream and Yogurt. But massive response here in Coventry, especially folks. So you can imagine the parents panicking. Oh, sounds like this guy heard something. Is he going to have a press conference?
My photographer's going to be here in a second. Can we get you to state and spell your full name for us?
Sure. I'm Stephen Miller, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, M-I-L-L-E-R.
You're the owner of this coffee shop.
Yeah, I'm the owner and roaster for Longshore Coffee.
Tell me how you heard, how did everything happen from your perspective?
I was just working in the roastery, just working on coffee, and I heard a loud bang, turned and saw the car was through the fence. Immediately, a whole bunch of people at the daycare just jumped out and just called 911 or helped out. And so it looked like there was a woman driving, a couple kids in the car, but I couldn't really see any details other than that. And immediately though, there was a whole bunch of first responders, and they seemed to be on top of it.
What was it like to see that?
Unnerving. Yeah. Especially with the daycare right here, like, it's a tight community and they're really protective, so just make sure everybody's okay.
How did the driver and the kids seem, I guess, once they got out of the car?
I can't really comment, like, I don't know. I was just looking through my window. I don't think I can give anything valuable there. They obviously look pretty shaken, so, and then the bystanders were immediately just, like, helping the kids, and they seemed okay.
Do you have any idea how old the children are?
No idea. No.
When you saw this kind of aftermath, is this typically a time that the kids would have been here?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I was just working in the roastery, so a lot of times there's pickups around this time, like 4 or 5 o'clock. So it's obviously an unusual thing.
What was traffic like on this road on South Main right here?
It's usually pretty steady, and around this time it's a little bit busy.
You guys ever deal with, I guess, is speeding ever an issue? People going a little too fast, or is it typically normal?
Occasionally, yeah, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine actually, because it's a 25 mile per hour zone, but there's a lot of people who just fly through there and go like 35. And there's a bunch of residential streets here in Coventry that people do that. It's like, come on, there's kids, there's families, like, take it easy.
Do you have any message to the kids and families that were affected by this crash?
Stay safe.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Do you know approximately how many children might have been in the back?
I don't know. I only saw a couple.
20?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Did you see any parents like running out with children or adults with children?
No, I wasn't like eyes on it the whole time. I just saw people helping the kids that were in the car. And just, yeah.
So even just look at this, when you see the scene here, multiple first responders, you said they came really fast. And you talked to me about how quick did they come and what was that like, I guess, just as they were responding?
It was within a couple minutes. They were on top of it. They shut down the traffic. They got a handle on it like right away.
What was it like to see the bystanders step in and help out like that?
I mean, it's reassuring to see the community actually like step up and not just people standing around with their phones. So.
I mean, we don't have any information as far as like whether anyone was significantly injured, obviously like that. But I imagine just on a human level, these are your customers. This is your community. So just seeing something like this happen, you said it was unnerving. But
Yeah, well, the cops that responded are like, one of them is a really good customer of mine who I've grown to know. I've seen all the other ones, so we've only been open for a few days, but like a bunch of the people that I saw over there, I had seen in the coffee shop. So it's like, yeah, it's unsettling, but it's also good to see people step up and help out.
Did you say the driver had children in the car?
It looked like there were 2 kids in the back seat. I don't really feel comfortable giving a lot of details.
No, that's all right.
I only saw like very briefly. Yeah.
Was she distraught? Was she calm,
Yeah,
helping?
I mean, like she just got in a car accident, so she was pretty upset. She was like physically shaking.
She was?
Yeah.
Okay.
As anybody would be.
Stephen, thank you. That's
Yeah.
all for me. Anything else you want to say?
Do you guess, were they trying to turn into the parking lot?
I
Or
have
were-
no idea.
Do you know what direction the car was coming?
I mean, it looks like she was coming that way.
That way.
But I have no idea. Like,
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
And you guys said you've been open only for a couple days.
yeah, we had our soft opening Wednesday.
Folks, eyewitness.
We didn't do any like media or
All right, folks, you can see the police examining the vehicle right now. Now, again, what is so unnerving about this, let's talk about it, is because of what happened yesterday in Michigan, the first thing that people wonder, if we're going to be honest, was it an intentional act? It does not seem like it was an intentional act. But so you can see that the driver came down here. Maybe she was pulling in and missed the turn. Could already tell that maybe that fence should be stronger. Again, this is Coventry. We're live right now on both TikTok and Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you can share that you're watching. Definitely type in, if you know someone of Coventry, alert them to this. So this daycare center, you can see the slides and so forth. He seemed pretty shaken up. We're gonna move him along. So we initially heard car into a building. It's actually car into the fence. See, they're examining. And that window looks blown out. You can see the glass. So this is accident reconstruction of Coventry. Now normally, all right, this is Coventry. You can join on Facebook. before on TikTok. This is Coventry now. We've got a car into a daycare center. 5 children taken by rescue to Coventry, to Hasbro Children's Hospital. Until the street is blocked off. But again, this is a come and join. Either watch live on Facebook or on TikTok. Apparently this white car is coming down from that direction where the police cars are blocked off and then slammed into the fence where children were playing at this daycare. You can see the way it went in. Again, we don't have any details yet, but at least 5 children were taken to a hospital, maybe 6. Again, you can join on either Facebook or TikTok. Here we go. Oh, good.
Just an update before we even go on here. All the kids are good. No life-threatening injuries at this point. They've been transported. Parents are notified. They probably are young in the hospital. So.
You said no non-life-threatening injuries at this time.
Correct.
It's on camera.
Yep. Just so you guys, before we go live, just to give you guys a heads up, no life-threatening injuries. All the students were accounted for as soon as my crew showed up and took command of the call. Staff really confirmed that all the kids were out of the playground after the primary incident. So, and I don't know who else we have. Is there anybody else?
Nope.
Who do you guys represent now? Just
I'm
so
with
I know.
Channel 12.
12, 10. Okay. So whenever you guys are ready.
We're ready.
Yep. First off, can you just say and spell your first and last name for us?
Chief Kevin Cady, C-A-D-Y, Central Coventry Fire Department.
Right.
What happened here today, Chief?
At approximately 4:30 this afternoon, crews were dispatched to a report of a vehicle into a building described as the daycare. No injuries known at that time. At approximately probably 4:35, 4:36, Engine 4 showed up, which would be the first due engine on scene. The captain took command of the call. Initially, he didn't know that he had any injuries. When he entered the building to talk to the staff had already removed all the children from the playground into the building. At that point, arriving crews started doing triage on the children that were there. At that point, also staff reported to my captain, who was incident command, that there was no other children injured, there was no other children in the playground, and everybody had been accounted for. At the time of the incident, there was probably 12 to 15 children in that playground, ranging from ages grades K through 5. The children that were injured, 5 of them that were transported, they range from age 7 to 8. I think with that 8-year-old, having more of the injuries, but all non-life-threatening injuries at this time. Parents were notified before the children were transported. Initially, 6 rescues were called to the scene, not knowing how many children were injured until the triage was complete. 5 rescues transported, obviously, for the 5 children. The 6th rescue did basically a checkup of the driver of the car, who was not injured, didn't seem to be impaired, and didn't get transported to the hospital.
The
So
driver
just to
also
confirm, 5 total children were hurt.
5 total children.
4 with minor injuries and 1 serious but non-life-threatening.
Not even serious. They're all minor injuries, but non-life-threatening injuries.
Can you describe the
it's
injuries?
Just the way we triage it. Scrapes, bruises, mostly from the fence, the pieces of the fence. There was some playground toys in there that probably struck them when the car hit the fence. We're not sure exactly. I think the police right now are working on maybe some camera footage to see exactly what happened. There was a big rock against the exterior of the fence that did roll through the inside of the playground. We're not sure if that struck any of the children. It doesn't appear to have from the triage that was given, any injury. So right now we're just waiting to hear back from the hospitals.
You heard that there were some kids inside of the vehicle. Can you confirm that?
I can't confirm that. No, I don't know that. Inside the vehicle that struck the fence?
Yes.
I'm not sure on that.
Do we know if this is
The only thing I was
someone
told was a driver.
do we know if this is someone that was picking someone up from the daycare, or just unrelated?
I don't believe it was someone picking up a person up, but I think the person might have been employed there. I can't confirm that.
I mean, all considering talking about the injuries, 5 to the hospital, but nothing serious. How bad could this have been?
A lot worse. So, I mean, look at the fence. It's not really super heavy duty, right? We all think it's enough to keep out a vehicle, but we can't protect everybody from everything. That fence, it took a pretty good hit from the car, and the kids were just on the other side of it, unfortunately, and they took the impact from the fence.
Do we know if the driver's going to face any charges?
I don't know that. I can't state that. I don't know. I know the guys that showed up, everybody did an outstanding job. All different departments. We had mutual aid coming from all over, Westwood, West Greenwich, Western Coventry. They all showed up with rescues and crews to triage all the children and transport them.
Were they all taken to Hasbro?
4 to Hasbro, 1 to Kent.
And walk me through, I guess, just briefly, when you get a call like this, you're coming here to a daycare, you don't know what you're going to find here. How does that change, or what's going through your head and your guys' heads when they come to something like this, young kids?
Well, initially going through the heads of everybody is the children and how many are injured and how many vehicles do we need as far as rescues and engines to come here and mitigate this problem. So that, I'm sure, was going through the captain's mind on his way here since he's the first truck to arrive. He did an outstanding job. We'll start triage right away with the staff that was in the school and got all the rescues coming immediately. Initially, like I said, he called for 6 rescues immediately based on what he saw. It wasn't, he could tell, immediately there wasn't 30 kids injured, else we would have stepped up to a different level. So he did a good job, and everybody got transported immediately.
Do we know if there was any other cars involved, or was this just a single vehicle?
As far as I know, just single vehicle incident right there, isolated incident.
You can't speak to whether or not the driver was impaired or anything like that. Any signs of?
I can't, I didn't hear that was the issue, so I can't really state on that.
Rescue 2 is remaining on scene. However, they're going to be in service for
Anything else you think would be important for people to know want to know?
Right now, basically, all the parents are at the hospital. I'm sure they were all notified prior to the transport. We're waiting to get an update on them. The school is contacting the parents. I'm sure they'll get a phone call from the school as a follow-up. As far as I know right now, the school's talking about counselors, for the kids tomorrow and the staff to follow up on that, because a lot of kids witnessed it and it was pretty traumatic. So we'll see how that goes for the kids tomorrow. It could be a little bit of fallout from that tomorrow. The school's going to take care of that. They've been advised by us. The building department's been notified as far as the building. There's no real destruction to the building, just the fence.
So they can return back to class tomorrow.
It sounds like it. The fence company right next door here already was going to repair the fence after the car's been removed to get the school secured. They told the police officers they would take care of that after the car's removed. So all is good right now. Good news considering what could have happened with 15 15 kids in that playground that close to the road. So it's better than what initially sounded with a vehicle into a daycare or a preschool. And I'm happy with the outcome of all the crews that showed up. There was 3 chiefs here, myself, Chief of Westmoreland, Chief of Hopkinsville Fire. So we had a lot of help in case it was really worse.
You said that the kids range from ages from K through 5?
Grades K through 5 were in that playground, a mixture of the playground at the time of the car impacting the fence.
I mean, this is a school then, not a daycare? I guess how we...
It's a daycare, but they call it a daycare plus, so I'm not sure exactly on that, to be honest with you. And I know Coventry has quite a few daycares. You know, we have in all different locations. In my district, we only have, Coventry 4. So, said right now the turnout is good. Everything looks good so far. We're still waiting to hear. Probably just on the one child. Right now the turnout is good. Everything looks good so far. We're still waiting to hear. Probably just on the one child that has worse. I don't mean life threatening. I'm just saying worse out of the farm. Waiting to get back from that. And hopefully,
At this point, we just keeping the road closed just for accident reconstruction.
well, yes, exactly. The police will keep the road closed until they do the accident reconstruction. That's why we have the whole scene ribboned off so nobody goes in, even takes any of the children's clothes or anything that's left in the playground. We want to know exactly what happened. The police will do that investigation. Once that's done, the vehicle moves out, they'll secure the scene. So the owner's been notified. The owner wasn't on scene, but the staff was on scene. So, yeah, and multiple staff. And there was still kids in there when I left to walk over here in different classes the parents have picked up that weren't affected by this. So, that's what I have for now. If I get any updates, I'll let you guys know. But so far, everything's looking pretty
Chief,
good.
can we get your first and last name?
My first name's Kevin. Last name's Cady, C-A-D-Y. Central Coventry Fire.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Chief, much appreciated.
Folks, that's big. They don't always do that. Folks, you just wonder though, I mean, with the daycare right next to the road, you wonder if in fact that should be maybe a thicker, stronger fence. Look at the way that car just plowed right into it. And there was a boulder on the other side, and it, see those boulders that are on this side, but it just knocked it right back inside. And we don't know how fast that woman was going. I think the chief said he thinks it could have been someone that actually works there. We'll walk around a little bit. Could have been a lot worse. And especially when we hear of, that sometimes, like yesterday in Michigan, and that it's intentional. This clearly does not seem like it was intentional. Wow, what a mess. We'll walk to the other side. Thank you, Susie. Right on Tioga Avenue. I'm not sure what the name of this street is, but it's the side street right behind Tioga. Child Care Plus. I appreciate that. All right, folks, we have someone that's cleaning. This place is not insured. Oh.
Was also doing well. We have some
folks, obviously this thing could have been a lot worse. That's interesting that they are not in compliance or registered. We'll get more info on that. But there's a list of all the daycares in this area, and they're not on that list. So I'm
Now, this was really an all hands on deck operation as far as first responders are concerned. Now, this was really an all hands on deck operation as far as first responders are concerned. Remember, we're driving down Cranston to the scene in Coventry. I saw 3 rescue vehicles, and they were coming from all as far as first responders are concerned. Remember, we're driving down Cranston to the scene in Coventry. I saw 3 rescue vehicles, and they were coming from all different jurisdictions. Coventry, West Coventry.
all right. Well,
So they really called in
good news is no injuries injured folks. Country. I don't road live tonight since this down throws off. We shall see. Game time decision. Remember, if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow the page. But again, it is when this first happened, I can tell you that the first thought was they wanted to make sure it was not an intentional act. Just in this day and age and everything going on. All right, I'm not sure who this is arriving. We're gonna sign off from Coventry.